Hello, everyone. I am your host, OC, and I'm bringing you some information today that isn't the easiest for me to be able to talk about. Even for me to be able to be talking about is out there. Some things are different than they appear. That is the case most of the time, even in general life. So, what I'm going to try to explain to everyone today is that there's more to this whole coronavirus outbreak than what people think. This kind of was a comfort, and it was also kind of a trembling fear fact hitting me right in the face, because it made me realize how much control these people really have. If you choose to keep watching my videos about this subject and finding out what's really going on, then by all means, please do. And please share the video with other people so that they can learn what's really going on as well. Hopefully you'll take what I say in this report to heart. So first off, I just want to say that when I got this information, I felt in my heart that our Creator was telling me that it's true. Take it however you want it, but I believe that this is the actual narrative. Intelligence that I've been provided with has been bestowed upon me by, I believe, our Creator himself through channels. I think that's how all the information is going to get passed around about what's really going on. The truth is always uncovered somehow or another. Just whether it comes to full light is up to us by sharing it to other people. So get the information out there. If people don't believe, then have them share the videos, because the playlist speaks for itself. There's already 2 videos on the playlist that they've banned in all countries. So see them as you can and share them as you can, because I'm sure they're going to get to all of them eventually. I'm getting this information through what would be sources of Secret Service, 40 years of Secret Service, intelligence, and also military. So I'm giving you information from people who say they know what's going on and would know more than me anyway. So I'm just telling you. This is the thing, okay? If you're feeling sick, if you're feeling ill, like you have the colds or that go around all the time, or a flu, do not go get a vaccine right now. I repeat, if you're feeling ill and your idea is to go and get a vaccine to feel better, don't. Do not go get tested for COVID-19, because you will be found positive. And I'm going to explain why this is in just a moment. But I want to get this out front in the very beginning. Do not go get tested under any circumstances for COVID-19. This SARS-CoV-19-2. Do not go get tested for the coronavirus. You will be sorry if you do. If you're having flu, go get some flu medicine and treat yourself, and you will start to get over it yourself. Your body can get over these flus of regular nature. I know a lot of people don't understand that we are in the middle of a war right now between the people and corporations, and the people and the government, and so on. So a lot of people aren't going to understand what's going on. And there's an intelligence operation that has been in place and going amongst hundreds of generals in the military to also Secret Service officers. It began back in 2001 with 9/11. 200 generals got together and said, okay, we're going to begin an operation to overthrow different parts of government that are into child trafficking, child pedophilia, human trafficking. They've been at this secretly for a long time now. Okay? Now, I know what you're asking. How does this connect with COVID-19, right? They want to be able to put in place a something that will keep all the people not moving about. And a pandemic seemed to be the best thing to do that with. And so that's what they used, was a pandemic, okay? That seemed to be the best thing to get people to be scared to go out, not have a problem staying in, not having a problem not being around other people. That was the most likely thing. So that's what they came up with. They wanted to be able to do this in order to be able to pretty much panic the whole world. And Trump knows about all of this. To be able to start a pandemic, you first have to get people sick. The way you get people sick, you have to put something out to get people sick or feeling sick. You have to put something out there somehow. There's many things that can make us feel sick. The place they chose to have this start at was in Wuhan, China. They have 5G there just like they have in other places, and they set up the 5G with certain waves to be able to, this is so crazy to say, when they put these 5G towers at certain wavelengths, they can make you feel nauseous, they can make you feel headaches, they can make you feel flu-like symptoms, make your temperature go up just by raising the temperature there, and you'll think that it's you because you're looking at the temperature on the news and it's showing that it's low, and you're feeling yourself and it's hot. So yeah, you could feel flu-like symptoms just from having certain waves passing through your body from certain wave-emitting machines like microwaves and so on, on larger scales like 5G towers can do. They've always said, oh, we would never do that to the people, we'd never do that to the people. Well, that's looking more and more like what it is that they're doing here. And they chose to use Wuhan as a spot to start it at. Why? I don't really know. 26 scientists said, do not use these towers. They've always said that. Don't use the towers. They'll cause flu-like symptoms. The 5G makes people sick, makes people feel sick. And it's weird because you're at home, and if you live in a neighborhood where they have 5G towers in your neighborhood, you'll feel fine. You'll feel sick when you're at home, and then you go to work and you feel fine. Well, I have just the opposite because I don't have any 5G towers in my area, but I have a lot of them in the areas where I go to work. So I'd feel sick in stuff in these neighborhoods where I'm working at, but then I would feel fine whenever I'm at home. And something isn't right. If I'm feeling these symptoms one place and not another, something's up with that, and that kind of put a piece together in my head too. That's kind of relevant, and that's divine order, stepping in and saying, hey, recognize these signs. Things will happen in your own life that'll help you realize what's really going on if you'll only pay attention to the signs that are happening in front of your face. That's what they're designed for. As people were going to the hospital now with these flu-like symptoms from these 5G towers, they were then given a vaccine of some sort, for flu-like symptoms, which actually contained the coronavirus. I know it sounds crazy. I know. Please don't turn off the video, but I'm just telling you, this is what the hell is really going on. If you go to get tested, you're going to get injected with the coronavirus. The cameras all over the place. You've got CCTV cameras, you've got, people's cell phones, you've got traffic cams, surveillance cameras on businesses, all being recording all the time, like they always are. So when they charge up these 5G towers and these people all start having these symptoms in these areas, some of these towers are having people have heart attacks. And so you see people on the streets just conking out and having heart attacks, from these towers. And then they take these people that have passed away from things like that, and they said, oh, well, they had a heart attack. And they were like, well, why'd they have a heart attack? Well, they tested positive for COVID-19. And then it goes down as one of the victims of COVID-19. which in reality, the people that are coming in getting tested for it, for just regular colds, are being injected with COVID-19. It's even scary to talk about, because if this isn't just some story that this evidently person, these multiple people in the government and CIA and military are saying, not just CIA, but Secret Service, 40 years working for multiple presidents. These people are coming out saying these things. You go and get tested, you get the coronavirus, then you go back out into the public giving this story of your own testimony that you really had it, you really have it. You're going and telling your friends, and your friends can then go tell real people about real cases of the coronavirus, which in reality, they're starting the cases by charging up these 5G towers so they can control where people are having the symptoms at, and then they can control who is positive and negative by just saying so. Wherever these were, you're looking at it on these CCTV cameras and seeing where things are, and so you're able to see people conk out in the middle of the streets right in front of you on someone's surveillance camera or whatever, so it doesn't look set up, even though it is. They're getting smarter about the false flag events, evidently. Now, one thing that I find kind of interesting is there was a lot of people recently arrested that were a part of a thing called the Deep State. And I find it interesting that all of that happened all around the same time all of this is going on now. And Trump just said something yesterday to the State Department guy on the news conference where he said Deep State. And I was like, why would he say that on national television, So it kind of gave me an idea inkling into this, and I was like, man, there's another sign, These things don't just happen for a reason, We have to pay attention to what our Creator is trying to show us. And so 600 people were arrested, and because they were arrested, they felt like that Donald Trump was going too far of getting rid of the Deep State. Everything kind of came out into the open. What they're trying to do is cut out completely the human trafficking and the child trafficking and child pedophilia that's going on in government and military, and with the corrupt people. These generals got together and decided, hey, we care about the country, we care about our families, we're not these sick individuals, we want to do something about it. So that's what they've been doing. Okay, one of the things is for hospitals to be overwhelmed within 2 weeks, to put people in panic and do store runs, sporadic looting to incur, for the stock markets to tank and keep falling and plummet to a bottom. People to not listen to the president. Okay, the main thing that they're trying to achieve with this is to continue testing people, and the number of people that they test will increase, but they will say that you have the virus. Everybody's going to be overwhelmed in the healthcare system. They're going to have places set up in parking lots because there won't be any space inside, and because they don't want to contaminate people inside, which makes sense. But if the hospitals are overrun, they're going to be bringing people in with broken leg, and instead of working on you inside of the hospital like they normally would, they'll have operating rooms set up outside in the parking lots where they can work on your broken leg. So that's the kind of things that we're about to be facing. If you feel like you need testing, or if you have symptoms or underlying conditions and you're feeling bad, then you could probably get testing somewhere. Other than that, they're not going to do general public testing. And that kind of goes along with everything, because they can't rightly do all that general testing if they're going to be starting it with 5G towers, helping people feel bad, and then going and getting the testing and getting injected with the actual virus itself. That seems to be what's actually going on here under the surface, as opposed to what we're being told on the news. They're doing this to be able to push you to go out and get tested so that you will go out and get the vaccine so that people will continue to have it. You know, it's a population, depopulation agenda thing going on. Shaquille O'Neal does not have the coronavirus. None of those people that are in the media have the coronavirus. I don't believe. I believe they're just using these people as a means to get people in the public to believe it, and it is real. The pandemic is real, but it's real because they're making it real. They started off by getting people sick with 5G towers and getting them to seek treatment, and that treatment there in Wuhan contained the virus, and now it's jumping from border to border, and our president knows this now, and he can't just come out and say all that to the people. He has to just deal with the situation as it is. So what he's going to do is lock the country down. Okay, that's what's coming next. He's going to lock the whole country down in order to save us. Okay, but understand that when he locks us down, it is to save us from the actual virus that is passing from border to border now. Okay. Because it's not just 5G towers making people feel sick. It's the actual virus that's spreading and killing mad people in Iran and in Italy and the other places that it's spreading to now because of all of that, okay? So please understand, it's not just the 5G towers, you know, that we're dealing with. All we can do is get the information out there and let people know. The media is not going to do it. They're not going to tell any of this ever. So don't look for this to be on Fox or CNN or any of the alphabet companies or anything like that. But instead, look to proof in your own backyard. You know, how many people do you know that have it? You know, and how did they incur getting it? Did they say, oh, well, I went and got treatment? You know, well, then there's your sign, you know. People don't go get vaccinated if you feel like you're sick. Go get cold medicine and stay at home and take care of yourself. When you get the vaccine, you have a very high chance at dying if you have any underlying conditions or any kind of health problems, because it contains the virus. I hope that I don't get silenced for talking about like this, like other people have in other countries. But the information needs to be able to get. President Trump will inject a martial law on the entire nation, which will also put him into being the president still. And there won't be any presidency, there won't be any voting, there won't be any of that. And that will stop the election from happening. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks. It will stop the election from happening, and it will put him as being president until this is all over. With them using 5G towers, they could make it last as long as they want. Because now this country can use it and this country can use it. Once they find out, they'll use it to their advantage and then infect the people they need to infect to keep it going as long as they need to keep it going until they crash the dollars as far as they need to be able to collectively come into a global economy, a new world order, a new world currency, one world currency where everybody is spending the same money that's on that fiat currency system through the international banking systems and the Fed and all of that nonsense. So they want a one world currency, a one world order. And this is one of their ways of trying to usher that in. And they'll kill as many people as they need to get what they want. We can help put a dent in plans by sharing the information. So please share the information, get it out to as many people as you can. We can make a difference, but we must speak up.